Another thing we're going to work on is the shift design, but the starting point of this is a little bit different, so I want you to follow me closely and you can work on your computer as I'm also working step by step. So I'll come to my text tool. I'll click anywhere on the page to start typing. SHIFT, shift, and let me zoom in to see better. I can come back to my pick tool here. So let me increase this for better manipulation. The text I want to use is not Arial. Arial is my default text. The text I want to use is Argentum Sans font. So I'm going to look for Argentum Sans font. Oh, it's here actually. In case you don't have this font, I think it's a free font. They're actually paid fonts and they're free font, but this is a free font. You can download it online, then run the installation package, install to your system. And if you can't do that, I have this font as a material resource in the folder for the graphic design beginner course. So just try to lay your hands on it and you see this font in it. So I'm going to click on the Argentum Sans font. So I need the bold version. This is the bold version, yes. So, or in case I needed the italics, I can use this, but I don't want the italics. Once I've applied my bold effect here, the first thing I want to do is I want to break these letters into individual units. Once I click on the text, I'm going to come to Object and I will see break artistic text apart. I can click it. Or if I can't find it there, I can just click my text and press Ctrl key on my keyboard. I have the text as individual letters now, which I can still continue to edit if I want to, but I'm not doing that. So I've broken the shift word into individual letters using Ctrl K. Ctrl K can work on virtually any object to break it down into pieces, so you can edit it as an individual unit. So the next tool I'm going to introduce at this point is the Smart Fill tool. Smart Fill tool is usually below on this list, but for 2017 version we have it here. The Smart Fill creates objects from overlapping areas and applies a fill to those objects. For the sake of this design, I'm going to come to my Smart Fill tool. Then I want to use this eye as a reference point. Now the properties of the layer I want to put in actually at the top here. I can either edit my color here or edit my outline here, any outline size I want, but for the sake of this design I don't want any outline here. Let me use a bright color to differentiate it, and I can close this. I can come here and click my eye. An extra fill layer with this pink color has been added to the eye letter. I'll come back here to my pick tool so I can be able to drag this anywhere. Once I have this, so this H has to go somewhere else. Let me take it out. Then I want to create the H with the arrows. I can duplicate this, Ctrl D if you can remember, and I can bring it here, then Ctrl D again from node to node. These are actually 3 rectangles. The one in the middle, I'll click it and rotate it by 90 degrees. It's beginning to take form gradually. I need to draw a triangle on top of this, start making my arrow. So I'm coming to the polygon tool here, clicking this flyout button, and I'll see basic shapes. Yes, so once you click that basic shape, the property bar is going to change again. Once you click here, you can click on the triangle. Then I can click anywhere here and start drawing. But to make sure that it is a perfect triangle, I have to hold the control button. Control button actually makes your object perfect. So I'll hold my control button, then release my mouse, coming back to my pick tool. So I have to rotate this at an angle of 225 degrees. I can bring this down here. I want to make sure that the distance between these two nodes is the same as the length of this triangle. So click both rectangles. The width is 273, so I can come back to click my triangle and change the width to 273. Mind you, because my aspect ratio is locked, the length and the width will reduce together. So I can zoom in, bring this node to this node, and give this color black. And I want to remove the outline. By removing the outline, I will just right click on the empty color space. So my outline has disappeared. I'm going to use my Smart Fill tool one more time. Come in here, and I'm going to Smart Fill this boundary. After Smart Filling, I can also change color to black. And I'm coming back to my pick tool. And let me zoom out a bit to see what I've done so far. Okay, it's looking good. I'm going to click these two objects and weld them together so that they can form an arrow. You know, an arrow is basically the triangular part and the rectangular tail. I'm going to click this and this. So the moment I select two objects and above, then this property bar is going to change. The first one here is to combine, Control L. The second way is to weld. So I actually want to weld these two together so that they can become one object fully. I'm going to click the weld button. They've welded together. Instead of drawing another arrow to face the other direction, I can duplicate this. Once I duplicate it, I can bring it down here, but I need it to face the other way. So notice something on the property bar here, which is your mirror in tool, so I can mirror it horizontally or vertically. I need to mirror it vertically, so I click this button. Then I can bring this from node to node. Yes. So I don't need these rectangles again. I can delete them. I can highlight these two arrows and group them together. I don't need my H, so I'm going to delete it. To make sure that this is equally spaced and aligned, alignment is the principle of design. I can highlight everything together and press E on my keyboard. E. Then to make sure that it is well distributed, I can open align and distribute Docker. Then I can distribute space horizontally. This is nice. I can highlight them and group them. So my shift is done. So let me reduce this and place it by the side here. I hope you understand what I just did. In case you don't, try and watch this video over and over again. So the next design we'll be working on is a logo for Mount Studios. In some versions of CorelDRAW, you have 2-point line as a major tool here, so you don't have to go through all this stress. For this 2017 version, I have to click this little flyout here, pick the 2-point line tool. So, and I can start clicking and dragging. I'll click and drag, just to draw the mountain figure. Let me give it. Okay, yeah, I have this, and I'm also going to draw the baseline. Just clicking and dragging, just clicking and dragging, yes. So I drew it from this node to this node. So once I'm done, automatically the software treats this as one entity. So all I have to do is reduce it a bit, give it color black, then I'll remove my outline. In case I'm not satisfied with this entirely, I can use the shape tool. The shape tool is the second tool here. When I click it, it's going to show me the nodes of this object, so I can actually do slight adjustment to this node. You can do it any way you like, just to form something of this nature. Yeah, so I think I'm good to go this way. I'm coming back to my pick tool. I'll have my text underneath, so coming to the text tool and type mount. Mount is the first thing. For this, I want to use another font. I'm going to come to my font list. Let me use Futura Medium Normal. So I want to expand it a bit. So to make sure that this and this align to the center, I'm going to highlight both of them and click C. C is going to align them. Then for the studios underneath, I'm going to type studios. Yes. Now the font I'm going to use here, let me check. Let me use the Westbury signature demo font. So okay, I think it's okay this way. Let me be intentional about these dimensions. I'll click this. Let me reduce this to 1500 pixels. Then the mount of this has skyrocketed. Let me use 100, and for these studios, let me also use 100. So I have this. To make sure that 3 of them are aligned, I can highlight 3 of them and click C. Let me make some adjustments. Okay, this is 1500. Let me use 1000. See, okay, yes. So this 1000. I highlight 3 of them, centralize. So I can group them together, Control G, and reduce it a bit. Yeah. So I have my Mount Studios.